What is going on, everybody? Dan Trampty here, founder of Score Follower. I am ecstatic to share with you all one of our biggest projects yet, the Score Follower library. I want to be clear about what it is, because some might assume it's something that it's not. What it is a centralized hub that indexes our entire archive of publicly available videos, and it allows you to filter through that database by instrumentation, work duration, date of composition, and many more tags. It is a search engine for Score Follower videos. Look, now, I know I am completely biased, but I'm serious when I say this. Ever since we've built this search engine, I don't even find myself using the YouTube search engine anymore to pull up videos that I made. I go to our library because, honestly, it's more efficient. So if you're like me and you're a musician at an academy or at home, I think you're going to find this tool extremely useful. Let me explain why. Say you're a percussionist and you want to form an ensemble with two of your friends. One friend is a saxophonist and the other one is an accordionist. You're looking for new repertoire for your trio, but when you search percussion, saxophone, accordion trio on YouTube or elsewhere online, you find that you're disappointed with the results. Go ahead right now, pause this video and conduct that search. You'll see exactly what I mean. The problem isn't that YouTube's search algorithm is bad. It's just that it's not optimized for narrowing down the results to your idiosyncratic needs as a new music ensemble. Our library, on the other hand, specializes in this kind of search, and it only takes a few seconds to filter our archive by accordion, percussion, and saxophone for works with only 3 performers. As it turns out, we happen to host 2 works for that very specific ensemble. You can then evaluate those works and possibly add it to your repertoire list. Now say you're a composition student and you're trying to figure out how to notate certain techniques for the organ. It's possible you know of a work on one of our channels that demonstrates this notational problem really well, and you could go on YouTube and find that video there. But when you go to our library, maybe you realize you didn't even know that we host 12 works for organ, 5 of which are solo works. With these results, you can see how different composers approach the technique of, say, slowly pulling out an organ stop. Then you can get a sense of how that sound differs on various types of organs and determine which notational system for that technique you like best. Believe it or not, this is far better than going to YouTube and typing Score Follower organ. Again, give that search a try and prove me wrong. All right, I can go on and on about how useful the library is, but as I said before, I also want to be clear about what the Score Follower library is not. It is not an archive of exclusive content. Here's the thing. For years, we've been wondering if we should build a separate archive of exclusive content hosted behind a paywall. We've considered this because paywalls are a pretty standard business model for digital resources, and it could help fund our organization to make it more sustainable. There were 2 things that were bothering us about that idea, though. The first was that one of our core values from the very beginning of Score Follower stems from that belief that new music is hard enough to get into when it's not being kept an institutional secret and when it's not behind a paywall. This is why our videos have always been free for all as a public good. Building an archive with a paywall compromises that core value. The other thing we were realizing is this. Do people really even want exclusive content? I know you're thinking, yes, but let's really think about it. When content is exclusive, you can't really go on social media and share that cherished discovery of one of your favorite videos that we or someone else might have made. Think about how music professors set up their listening lists. Their PowerPoint slides are filled with links to YouTube. Why? Because they know it's far more likely their students will click on a YouTube link than log into a digital resource website with their university credentials to view the score, then search for the recording on another site, sit at a laptop so they can listen on a proprietary audio player, and then turn pages of the score at the right time. Students can, more or less, have that same score study experience on their smartphones while lounging on the couch in their pajamas eating snacks. Look, I get that it's a more passive activity, but if the goal is to understand the relationship between the score and the recording, It gets the job done really efficiently. That frictionless user experience is the entire point. It's nice that it's convenient. That's what makes it better. And look, it's not just teaching music. Professors are constantly thinking of ways to maximize student engagement. They're the ones going to the library, scanning and downloading articles, organizing and compiling all the materials into a single document, and then posting that onto a learning management system like Canvas or Blackboard. They do this not because the students are lazy, but because when they make access to the resources more convenient, the students tend to come to class better prepared, and it shows in their grades. So now think of that music professor who's scrambling to throw together a score study lesson plan. Need 16 solo violin works? Done. Need Pierrot ensembles with percussion or voice, including Pierrot Lunaire itself? Done. How about 63 string quartets? Done. Think about what a library is. Through tax or tuition dollars, a community invests in a centralized hub that specializes in indexing and searching media containing human knowledge. The beauty of a library, and the reason we love libraries, is that it treats that human knowledge as a public good that anyone can access and share. With the Score Follower library, we ultimately want to mirror this model by putting to work the tuition or tax dollars you already pay to invest in a search hub to our public archive. We're going to work hard to get your institutions to subscribe to our library. However, this will take some time. In the meantime, everyone will continue to have access to all of our content for free. If you can afford it, we strongly recommend you become a $5 tier Patreon supporter or higher, and this will give you access to the Score Follower library, and it will unlock all of the amazing filtering features I mentioned before. Just go to scorefollower.org/library and log in with your Patreon credentials. If you can't afford it and you're a student or faculty member, contact us at info@scorefollower.com to help us get your library to subscribe. I am serious about this. We all benefit from this because, to be honest, we're less interested in you personally paying for it. We'd much prefer it if your university library could provide it to your entire music program. You might not even realize that your music department has a budget for this kind of digital resource. So let's work together to see if your department can subscribe. And finally, if you're on the fence, head over to scorefollower.org/library-demo, which indexes about 100 of the works in our archive. Get a feel for it and see if it's something that you or your new music community would like. I genuinely believe you're going to love the search engine. The content it indexes is going to grow substantially. We'll continue uploading 4 public videos per week. And not only that, but we'll eventually be indexing other score following resources that meet our copyright and quality standards. I hope you'll give it a try.